I've got a interesting folding knife for you from Benchmade, and I say interesting because while this knife is badass, it is pretty freaking overpriced. This is a very sleek knife though. This is the Benchmade 710. It's a new model from Benchmade, and these are going new for about $400. And I'm not really sure why they're going for that much when this knife is probably worth no more than $200 new. And I would not recommend buying this actually, because you can get a knife with an equal or better quality for literally $200 or less from a number of different companies. Yeah, Benchmade is American made and they do have a pretty good warranty, but I'm just starting to think that none of that is worth their insanely high prices, like on their new models. Like, I'm just not understanding it. Like, my first impression of this knife, I'd think, oh, this knife, like, $200 tops, considering this is aluminum scales. But no, $400 for this sucker. I do gotta say, this is a nice folding knife, and the aluminum does feel quality. It feels like very nice aluminum. It feels almost like just as solid as titanium. A lot of the times you feel aluminum and it feels like almost hollow or tacky, and this, I think they got the steel liners in there, so it makes it feel more solid, which I think that's part of it. The blade is an S90V. Let's see if I can get a better view of the blade here. S90V coated recurve drop point blade. I guess this is a McHenry Williams design, which is cool and everything. Like, yeah, S90V blade, if you're unfamiliar with S90V, it's basically a premium steel with the highest level of edge retention and also the highest difficulty of sharpening. So if you kind of have to sacrifice one for the other, really, but this blade is going to hold an edge for a very long time, but it's also going to take a while to sharpen and probably some type of expertise in the sharpening field. Got a little bit of jimping here on the ends, on the steel liners, which also aid in like some choking up. Got a little bit of like this finger choil, and there's some more jimping on the liners there. Do some like choking up for some more precise cutting. The axis lock is pretty nice. I like how it's ramped and it has the jimping on there. I feel like Benchmade has never really done that up until, well, this is like the first time I've kind of seen that from a Benchmade knife. I might have seen that on like one other Benchmade knife, but it's not really something they tend to do. This is just like a new thing that they got going. The little bronze anodized pivot collar, definitely a nice touch. Looks pretty sweet. Pocket clip, deep carry, nothing special, just a typical Benchmade deep carry pocket clip. It's reversible. It came with this lanyard, which is cool. I guess it's a nice looking lanyard, I suppose. It's done nicely. I don't really like lanyards though. Makes it harder to like actually manipulate the knife. The only purpose for a lanyard, I really think, is for looks, or they make more sense on fixed blades. Like, so if you wanted to like do some chopping, you can kind of grab down here and extend the handle a little bit, but you're not really gonna do that with a folding knife, are you? I mean, maybe if you got a $400 Benchmade, you might feel more inclined to chop with it, because it's gotta be of quality, right? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. The action is very smooth. It's pretty freaking spot on. The thumb stud action, it isn't drop shut or anything, but as I mess up twice in a row, despite that, it is pretty spot on. Very easy to deploy the blade, I think. Let's see if we can do like a reverse flick, I think is likely. Do the reverse flick, no problem. You can do it with the flesh of your index finger as well. You can also do like the slow roll, which I think most Benchmades, you can do the slow roll thumb stud, which I do like that. Let me know what you think about this here Benchmade 710, and would you consider spending $400 for this? Now, my friend Corey Frost let me borrow this for this video, and he's actually got this for sale for about $300, I believe. So this knife is pretty, I'd say, new quality. If you want to get one of these for not full price, then I would go check out the group on Facebook called Knives in Trees. This knife might be gone by the time you see this, but he does post ads on a weekly basis with hundreds of quality used knives. He's got like every brand you can think of, every price range of knife you can think of. And so if you want to get a sweet knife for not full price, I highly recommend you check out the group. And that is Knives in Trees. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my future knife review content, and peace.